Hey, this is Stanley, the Falklands broadcasting station. Been instructed by the governor of the Falkland Islands to call you and ask you to repeat the message.
For the purpose of avoiding bloodshed and property damage among the population, we hope that you shall act prudently. Our concern is for the welfare and safety of the people of the Malvinas. This was the message from the Argentine Armed Forces.
4 a.m., April the 2nd, 1982. Argentine Navy cameramen film their invasion of the Falkland Islands. Frogmen landed first from a submarine, followed later by the main assault force. It was an historic day for Argentina.
Por supuesto, como argentino me sentí muy emocionado y también como...
I was thrilled. As an Argentine and as a professional soldier, I was thrilled to be taking part in the recovery of these islands that had been in British hands for so long. It made me very proud.
Me llenó de orgullo.
This is the Falklands broadcasting studio. Now, we've just had a call from Alistair Grieve. Alistair, I understand that you've sighted some of the vehicles, have you?
I had a quick look out through the curtains and all I could see was smoke, so I honestly haven't a clue what's happening. But there's been some really heavy bangs, the whole place is shaking. It's a bit nerve-wracking to say the least. There's a lot of machine gun fire and fairly small arms fire as well.
And where are you giving this report from, Ali? Are you standing up, sitting down, or what you doing?
I'm lying on the floor, boy.
Now, the situation, as you might hear, is that the radio station has now been taken over. We have 3 Argentine
Wait a minute. We have everything recorded in 2 tapes.
Yes.
Okay? For the population.
Well, just a minute.
Señor, un minuto!
If you take the gun out of my back, I'm going to transmit it to you. If you take the gun away. But I'm not speaking with the gun in my back.
Everybody was very, very low in spirits. Obviously, we didn't know whether we were going to be shot or what was going to happen, taken back to Argentina. Everybody knew of the regime over there, the military government, what they had done to their own people. They knew they wanted the Falklands, and our future, well, we didn't know our future.
By 7 a.m., after fierce fighting, Government House was completely surrounded.
En la inmediación de la casa del gobernador, muy próximo,
I captured 2 Royal Marines in the government house. They were waiting there, lying on the ground with all their weapons. I saw another Marine trying to reach government house. So I covered him with my machine gun and made him come towards me.
Suddenly you're in their hands. I mean, there's 3 casualties of theirs lying in the garden in the government house. I mean, what sort of mood are they going to be in? You know, when their Oppos sort of shot up. And so when he actually lying down, I felt a bit humiliated, but I also felt apprehensive about what was going to happen next. But one of the Argentine officers, he came along and he actually struck one of the guards and told us to stand up. And we stood up and he shook my hand and he shook a few of the guys' hands and said that, you know, we shouldn't lie down and we should be proud of what we'd done. I was quite pleased, actually, that we were stopping, you know. I make no bones about it, you know, I didn't fancy getting shot to bits.
La diferencia fundamental es la falta de motivación que...
The Royal Marines lacked our motivation. I think the reason for our motivation was the cause we were defending. You have to understand, we were defending something that was ours. They were simply following orders as professional soldiers.
Eso como militar y profesional están defendiendo algo que le ordenaron que defienda.
En este mapa que vemos acá de la República Argentina, las Malvinas aparecen ubicadas en la zona austral. Toda esa distancia que hay está separada por el mar. Ese mar que es el mar argentino.
The Malvinas are a national cause in Argentina. Pupils in primary school learn about their lost heritage, of how the British stole the islands from them in 1833. Youngsters are shown that the islands are part of Argentina's continental shelf.
La plataforma continental va a ser la prolongación del continente por debajo del agua.
From a South American perspective, Britain's claim to the islands is absurd. Even an unpopular dictatorship would be acclaimed if it could recover the Malvinas. When news of the invasion reached Buenos Aires, the crowds went wild. The military regime's record of violent repression, the economic crisis, all were forgotten overnight. The national dream of reoccupying the Malvinas had been realized.
No puedo negarle que fue una alegría inmensa.
I can't deny that I was immensely thrilled. It was thrilling to see the huge crowd outside Government House supporting our action regardless of their political beliefs. The workers had demonstrated against the government in that same square only a few days before. But now even the trade unions were there supporting Argentina's stand. So I can't deny that it was one of the most moving moments of my life.
Quizás unos momentos más emocionantes y más importantes de mi vida.
Have you heard from the governor at all this afternoon, sir?
In London, there was outrage that the government had allowed British sovereign territory to be invaded. There were rowdy scenes in Parliament, swiftly followed by resignations.
It is a national humiliation, and I have been responsible for foreign affairs, and I do not think it is right that when that happens, the minister responsible should just go on as if nothing had happened. And I think that the honourable thing to do is to resign.
Britain's prestige was severely damaged. The government turned to the armed forces.
I think everybody thought it would all be over before we got there. You know, there'd be a few little troops on a little island, and when they seen the Royal Navy coming, they'd scurry home. You know, it would be all over.
Thought, why the hell did he want to invade somewhere at the top of Scotland, like? Because nobody understood where the Falklands were. I hadn't got a clue.